Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9-Rib continuing Yukimaro's route. We are at the last part. So not only is this the last part of Yukimaro's route, this is the last part that I am going to record before I take a little holiday break, and it's the last part I'm recording in 2024. I know you guys are seeing this in 2025, but the next time you see me after this part will actually be 2025 for me, and I'll be like, son of a bitch, I'm really behind. So, just be prepared. Okay, but anyway, yeah, this is so weird because, like, I still have a couple of days, but, like, I don't know, my mom's coming, like, whatever, so, like, could I jam in, like, Koharu's route? Maybe, but, like, that's a lot, considering the fact that I haven't wrapped gifts. I haven't even gotten clothes or organized stuff together. I still have to, like, print out all the stuff for our Christmas. I still have a lot of shit I really actually have to do, and I'm just like, eh. So I'm like, if I start I'm gonna overwhelm myself. So I'm not gonna. But it's gonna feel weird sitting downstairs after work like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I should wrap presents and then be like, and then just not do it. Right before I started recording this, I'm like, I had to put something away, and then I was like in my closet, like, oh, let me pull out some things that maybe I could bring for Christmas. I'm like, I should think about actually packing and like, what am I gonna bring for Christmas? Because like, honestly, it'll be the last 2 years worth of Christmas pajamas to lounge around the house in, and like a shirt. Like, we're not going anywhere, but then like, I might need a nice outfit or two for something, and then that's it. And it's like, I always overpack, and I never wear 90% of what I bring. This time I will be like, I brought one thing, and it was Christmas pajamas, and that was it. Like, I'm going to bring my lobster onesie. That's it. That's all I'm going to wear the whole time. I don't know. And I don't, but like, you think I'd be prepared, but like, no, whatever. Anyway, we are starting, and we're going to do our godly end. So, nothing. I chose not to share my feelings. Oh, look at his sweet little labradoodle face. I just soaked up the happiness of the moment. You seem a bit distant, but I'll let it slide. Look at you, look sad. Why do we hurt our labradoodle like this? Thank you. And please, stop trying to read my aura. It's not fair. I try, but it's hard not to. I care about you too much to ignore it. Even so, please be mindful. It was nice, but having my feelings laid so bare was a bit embarrassing. Oh, I'm gonna miss our labradoodle. Not as much as I miss Saya, of course, but like, I miss all our I miss Kureha. I miss Saya the most. I do miss Sena and Koyo, but not as much as I miss Kureha and Saya. Like, seriously. I will never forget you. I know, this feels so sad. I'll never forget you. The time we shared is a treasure to me. I believe it'll stay in my heart forever. It better, because aren't we still gonna marry this man? Somebody's smashing shit around outside. What the fuck is going on? Yes, I want you to. Okay, we still get the sight. Okay, and then we'll probably give up being able to see spirits. That's probably this one. Isn't there another way? Isn't there another way? I get it. It's too much of a burden on you. Perhaps there is another way. His smile seems strained, his voice tinged with sadness. I feel like I'm causing him worry because of my selfish decision. No, perhaps we should get married. But are you truly okay with it, Yukimaro? Being bound to me, I mean? Honestly, there's no alternative. But regardless, the fact that I get to be with you makes me happy. It'll take time to reunite, but that's like a grain of sand on the scale of eternity. And then we see them all, and this is where we have our little argument, because he needs to go to the Spirit Society, and then we come here. Okay, this is gonna be the we get married and we never see him again. I don't like this one. No more unnecessary words. I'll just tell him. I should be able to do it now. I took a deep breath and reached out my hand toward Yukimaro. Yukimaro, please marry me. I was nervous, but the words came out smoothly. I even surprised myself. It was at that moment I realized it was what I truly wanted. Spacey. Yukimaro stared back at me, surprised, and then began to blush. I've come to realize that not being able to see you doesn't mean we're separated. Our hearts are in the same place. That's why I'll be fine even if I can't feel your presence while I'm alive. You promised to keep loving me, right? Of course I will. There won't be a day when I don't think of you. You feel the same, right? Yes, exactly. I can tell your words come from the bottom of your heart. Look at his sweet little labradoodle face. Like, this is sweet. We're going to get married and we're going to be bound to him forever, but then we're not going to be able to see him until we die, and then that's sad. Yukimaro took my hand. I was overcome with a deep sense of nostalgia. It was like the first day we met. But this time he was offering his other hand to me. I want you to take my hand. Let's perform the marriage vows now. Oh, but is it okay to do it in your mortal form? That doesn't matter. What's important is that our hearts are aligned. Hearts aligned, huh? I like that. It's very important. If the emotion is one-sided, then the ties between a spirit and a human won't materialize. Sounds like we're all set. I know we can make it work. Ugh. If you say such adorable things, you'll make our parting even more difficult. I know. I feel the same, but I've come to terms with it. Even though it'll be a long time before I can see you again, it won't be too painful. I'll have something to look forward to. What? Me dying? I'll have something to look forward to, my death. That is not very positive. It's positive, but also not, you know? As much as I'd like to embrace you right now, let's tackle the marriage vows first. Hearing that, I nervously took Yukimaro's hand. Yukimaro did the same. Oh, look at our little CG. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh, look at his precious face. How sweet is this? Look at our little hands all entwined. Then he gently pressed his lips on my hand. I, Yukimaro, take you, Spacey, to be my partner evermore. I vow to love you for eternity. He eyed me, signaling it was my turn. I slowly repeated. I, Spacey Ishiki, take you, Yukimaro, to be my partner evermore. I vow to love you for eternity. This is beautiful, though, even though we're going to lose him right after this. I will watch over you while you're mortal. When you're reincarnated as a spirit, I'll never leave your side. We will love each other forever. While I'm mortal, and even after becoming a spirit, you'll always be in my heart. I love you, Yukimaro. Oh, look at his little grin. It's so cute. You beat me to it. With that, Yukimaro blushed and said with the biggest smile, I love you, Spacey. Like, even her face is adorable. Like, she's just beaming at him, and he's just, look at his shit-eating grin. It's so cute. After he said that, just as he said he would, he embraced me tightly. Tighter than ever before, it was almost suffocating. I responded by hugging back just as fiercely. This warmth, this sensation, I'll remember it all. Yukimaro, I love you. Once more I whispered the words in my heart, and as if he heard them, he suddenly smiled. His smile, the source of my happiness. No, his very existence was the source of my happiness. It's like so sad. Now he's gonna be gone forever. That was the end. I don't like it. It's beautiful, but it's sad. It's one of those beautiful bittersweet ones. After completing the ritual with Yukimaro, I expected the spell cast on me to lift immediately, but it didn't. He remained by my side. There was a reason for that. Hurry, hurry! If your mother finds out you snuck out at this hour, you'll be in big trouble. Slow down! Don't worry. My mom's working the late shift today. But what about your sister? We'll be in big trouble if you get caught. It's already past 1 a.m. Once my sister falls asleep, she doesn't wake up until morning. We'll be fine. Toka rushed and pulled me by my hand because Yukimaru and I were to have a wedding ceremony. Aww! After we completed our matrimony ritual, Toka, who had been watching from the shadows, came out crying. Of course it did. We're gonna throw a ceremony. I want to see Spacey in a dress. And he was insistent. Seeing how emotional he became was almost like a father wanting to give away his daughter. I mean, that makes it creepy. Don't get creepy, game. It's adorable. You're like, oh, it's actually kind of creepy because he has been following us since we were a child. And then we're going to romance him. And that's just fucking weird. So, let's not get fucking weird. We arrived at the area overlooking the beach, and Koharu waved us over. I mean, to be fair, most of our ghosts lived and died long before we were ever born, so that's also weird. But, like, whatever. Like, but this is like, he's like my dad. Okay, well, back it up. I'm okay dating your brother, but not your dad. That's creepy. Not even your father figure. Gross. The man's old enough to be gross. Like, I mean, they're all probably in their 20s. They're a little too old for us, to be fair. But, like, their ages are never specified, and they died a long time. That's different. Them being that's different, but now when you, like, yeah, that's weird. Don't make it weird, game. I ran up to him, and Koharu's eyes widened in surprise. I love you, but you need to move, Bert, because you're rubbing against my headset, and I don't trust you. I don't trust you not to bite my headset. I don't need you chewing on it. You chew at the one at work. The one at work is all ripped up from you and your stupid little beak. You stop that. You simmer down, you stay right here. Well, I guess it's true. You look really different depending on what you wear. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Sort of. But man, never thought I'd see you dressed as a bride. Do we get another CG? Truthfully, I felt the same way. We have 2 missing ones, and we just had 1, so... Well, we're gonna part ways soon, so I don't really feel like I'm getting married. Is Yukimaru not here? He should be here soon, but... why are we doing this in the middle of the night again? We could have done this in the afternoon. Doing it in the afternoon would be odd. She's still in high school, and besides, it's better for us to be in spirit form. And now I just look like a weirdo in a wedding dress on a beach by myself. Toga had a point. If we did this in the afternoon, we'd certainly have an audience. Yukimaru, who took some time getting ready, finally arrived, and our simple ceremony began. Toka acted as the officiant, leading us through the vows and the rest of the ceremony. We did as we were told, and... Now you may seal your vows with a kiss! Do we get a good... Oh my god, we get a beautiful kiss, CG, stop it. This one's at least beautiful. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Look at our outfits. Oh. This one's so much better than the other one. It's still a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie, but it's so much better than the first one. Despite me feeling embarrassed about kissing in front of Koharu and Toka, Yukimaru didn't hesitate. He kissed me, unbothered by their presence. Aw, Spacey, you're so pretty. I can't believe you're married now. What are you, her dad? Okay, stop saying it. You're gonna make it weird. I'll forget, because it's gonna be a couple weeks before I do Koharu's part, and by then I'll have forgotten. I won't. It'll live with me forever. Despite us being in the middle of our kiss, hearing their back and forth made me laugh. I couldn't help myself. Oh! Okay. I know the other part was the kiss version, but the not kiss version is gorgeous. Look at, he's so beautiful. I'm sorry. It's just that your guys' conversation was too funny to me. At least Yukimaru didn't seem to mind. He stared at me in a happy daze. Oh, I'm so happy I could die. You're so gorgeous, it's blinding me. That's what you want to hear. I'm not joking. I mean, seriously, that's beautiful. Nothing about Yukimaru had changed. He wasn't trying to be cool or suave on our wedding day. He was just honest, like always. And you are looking exceptionally handsome today, Yukimaru. Yes, I do, don't I? It is a special day after all. I put a lot of thought into how I was going to look. I love that you look exceptionally handsome. I know. Stupid labradoodle. Toka was the one who suggested we have a wedding, but it seemed Yukimaru appreciated the effort. He does look exceptionally gorgeous, though. Our outfits might not match perfectly, just as you and I are different beings, but we will eventually live hand in hand as spirits. I look forward to our sunny days together. Yeah, I look forward to that day too. Oh, one more thing. Just because you're looking forward doesn't mean you should rush, okay? Enjoy your life here. I wouldn't rush it. I have a happy future that I'm looking forward to, thanks to all of you. Glad to hear that. When you eventually cross over to the spirit realm, we'll hold an official ceremony then. Huh, you want to do this again? Of course. Koharu and Toko will be there too. Then I guess we'll be able to have matching outfits that time. 3 ceremonies! How beautiful! Exactly. And so, may I kiss you once more? Aww. Yukimaru's face approached mine and we shared our second kiss. Technically it's our third, but whatever. Second kiss as a married couple, but after this ceremony ended, I knew I'd face a long time apart from him. Of course I'd feel lonely, but I wouldn't fall apart like before, because I knew we'd have a future together. Okay, I like that they don't talk about the fact that he's gone. They're just like, this is the way it ends, is like, spirit wife. And it's like, he's gonna go it, but they don't. It's not like, and then a week later, I hadn't seen him, but I knew he was there beside me and I went about my life. You know? Hold on, we gotta read our thingy. Incredible to think we're already married, and knowing I'm with you simply fills me with joy. Until you come, I will keep those feelings to heart and live my days. Even if you can no longer see me, I am by your side. You may not be able to sense me, but I am here. Never forget. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I await your arrival. Like, that's... Like, I like that they didn't make it... you know, okay, he's gonna... You know how it's gonna go, but they don't force you to think of that. They're like, let's just end it right here. We're in a beautiful moment, and you're like, good. Because if they went 2 months after our wedding ceremony, I knew he was there beside me, but I hadn't seen him, and then was going about my life, and where he's already disappeared, you can't see him anymore. Even though it's still a happy moment, you're gonna see, it's like, oh, that's where the sadness kind of, for a while it's gonna be a little sad. Even though we're going to see each other again and it's like a drop in the bucket because, the older you get, the faster life goes. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? She's, you still got, 70 to 80 years left without him. And that's kind of sad. And it's and, so this, where they leave it here, it's like, yes, I know what tomorrow's going to bring, but we don't have to go to tomorrow. We live today. You know what I mean? And I like that they left it there instead of reminding you, So, what? No, wait, what? Am I stupid? Yes, I am. Load. Yes, I can. No. That's why. Okay, so this is where we get our bad end. Titled A Snack. So we say, no, I don't want you to. I told you! I was like, that doesn't seem okay. Either one could have been. Okay. No, I don't want you to. My voice trembled as I closed my eyes. I hope this was the right decision. Nope. Part of it was a lack of courage, but I also knew Yukimaru was against it. Actually, he may have been against it, but the real reason was that I was simply too weak. I see. I'm actually somewhat relieved you decided against it. Because it's dangerous? Yes and no. There's no guarantee you would have been happier, and my haunting of you would have merely been more granting your wish. That said, there's another part of me that hoped you'd be able to overcome the effects of the spell and be happy. At least, that's what I hoped. Koharu... Meeting his gaze, I conveyed my gratitude, hoping he understood my feelings. I really appreciate how much you considered my feelings. Thank you. What are you thanking me for? I was just considering how I could haunt you. It was a coincidence, that's all. His perpetual lack of candor made me laugh. My longing to see Yukimaru won't fade, but I don't have the courage to do what's needed to actually see him. So I'll embrace the joy he's given me and forge ahead with my life. Well, that sounds like a good plan. I'm sure Yukimaru would appreciate that. His words coaxed a genuine smile from me. And at last, I felt like I got a little closure. Not because I had gotten the result I wanted, but because, though there had been a path, I had chosen not to take it. It's time to shift my focus from Yukimaro and back to my future. Gazing at the sea, I whispered, "Goodbye, Yukimaro." Just then the wind picked up and I thought I heard his voice. Half a year had passed since then. Just a few days after our conversation, Koharu haunted me and then departed. He cast a spell so I would never see another spirit as long as I lived. He said it was because I might find trouble after the haunting, but I knew he was trying to protect me from wondering if I could see Yukimaro again. And so I didn't fight it. I embraced my new life. The days I experienced with the three of them would stay near and dear to my heart. I let go of any hope for Yukimaro. I knew that he'd want me to move on and live. Then I met a nice boy and then he got pushed in front of a bus. It was weird. Listen, okay, I think the reason why this is bad is not just because we chose not to see him, but because it's like, I need to let him go. You know, whereas in the other one, like, yes, I might lose my sight, so I won't be able to see him. But I've basically been like, you're the only one I'm ever going to love. So, like, I'm going to go live my life and be happy. And then when I die, we'll be together again and like, whatever. We've kind of made that promise. And we're like, hey, I'm going to enjoy every moment of my life. When I die, I know I'll be with that person again. You know? But, which is kind of what you do when you meet your soulmate and you grow old together and they die before you. You're like, all right. Like, sometimes, yes, you might find love again. Sometimes you're like, no, I'm just going to wait until the next 10, 20 years and be with that person again when you die, you know? Like, so we just have to wait like 70 motherfucking years. Seems like a lot. But this one, it's like, yeah, no. I don't care. My stupid tablet. But this one is like, I'm gonna let him go. And it's like, oh, no, I don't like that. But that's why it's a bad end. Or not really great. Shiki, I heard you chosen your school. Congratulations, the street is on the house. Oh my god, is he gonna eat some of our snack when we're not looking like he ate the cake? The owner then presented me with a massive parfait. Oh, thank you so much. I've never seen a parfait this big. I continued to work at the cafe, learning in the kitchen, and even trying my hand on making some sweets for the shop. You're so cute. You want snugs in my hand? It was my time here that inspired me to become a pastry chef and enter a vocational school. You're gonna keep working here while you're going to school, right? Absolutely. I have so much more to learn here. I wouldn't even think about quitting. That's what I like to hear. Who knows, maybe we can open a pastry shop here with you at the helm. I'll do my best. Being a pastry chef here at my favorite cafe, that would be a real dream come true. I've got to do my best. A break's almost over. Oh, but take your time. Just come back when you finish that parfait. Got it. I'll eat quickly. After the owner left, I savored a spoonful of the large parfait. This makes me so happy. This table. This is where I sat with Yukimaro the time we had a parfait together. I was filled with joy. All of this was thanks to the three of them, Koharu, Toka, and Yukimaro. The unfriendly spirit board, the god who always worried about me, and my cherished guardian spirit. My feelings for Yukimaro never faded. Perhaps if I become a spirit after I die, I'll be able to meet him again. I clung to this tender hope. I love you, Yukimaro. I murmured, bringing another spoonful of cream to my mouth. Huh, seems like there's less cream now. Could Yukimaro have... No, that's silly. But it's not, he did. Okay, it's not really a bad end, it's just kind of sad, and, you know, it's like, oh, he did, he was there hanging out with you, and he ate some of the whipped cream, because he's an adorable labradoodle. Oh. It's actually, I mean, for a quote-unquote bad end, it's not really, I don't think, some of the bad ends weren't the best, but most of them I thought were kind of like this, is like, where you're like, oh, I mean, we had ends where we died, but like, you know, whatever. But this, as for a bad end, was just kind of adorable. You know. I didn't hate these endings. I didn't love them. I like where we get to keep seeing him, you know what I mean? And then we're like, oh, I'm getting close to death. Okay, then let's make our vows and then I'll become a spirit. Like, that's the perfect world, you know? Being able to, like, knowing that we'll be together after I die and I become reincarnated as a spirit, that's not too bad. But it's not great. And then, I mean, like, you can see the stages. This was obviously the last one. The snack one was the worst possible ending you could get, where you're like, he's gone. I never see him again. I still love him, but I'm going to try to move on. But, like, you never really had that, like, last conversation of, like, no, I'm always going to love you. It was just like, okay, he's just gone, and, like, you're going to try to move on, but then he's still kind of there, and you feel like my feelings never faded, and I still love him, and then, like, maybe he's still there, and maybe we'll be together when I die type of a thing, and it's just kind of sad and forlorn, you know? Look at his little face, he's so cute. And then, you know, then you have the, no, well, we got married, and when I die, we'll definitely be together, but I can't see you until then. But you're like, okay, that's better, but not great. And then our best ending is absolutely in stages. Like, this one was, no question which ones were the, you know, which one was the best ending. You know, unlike other versions of this where you're like, well, it really just depends on your outlook. Like, Kureha's were like, okay, well, I get to go about my life and I can see him, but I can never touch him or anything, and then maybe when I die we'll be together, but hey, while I'm alive, I can talk to him at least. Or you have the, I'm dead and I get to be with my boyfriend. Two vastly different like things, and I know some people do not like the I want us to go back and live our life happily, and I'm like, fuck that shit, I want to be dead with my ghost boyfriend. Like, in reality, would that be the choice I made? I don't know. Like, I got a lot of things going on. Like, I like playing Otome games. I love my bird. I like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things, and it's like, your family will move on. Okay, so it's like, I know everyone says that, like, like, I know my sister, people will be like, what about us? What about you? You have your own fucking life. Like, my world is not gonna end because someone in my family passes away. Like, my life is still gonna go on. I mean, I have lost my father. It is devastating, and it's sad, and there's a hole, and there's a piece always missing now. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't help feel that. So, like, when somebody else in your family goes, there's always going to be a piece missing. But your life still goes on. It's not like your life stops because somebody else, like, it's kind of weird for other people to be like, what, you wouldn't be so devastated your whole life would end because I'm gone? And it's like, that's really fucking weird. Maybe when it's your soulmate, like in Otome games, yes, but, like, your siblings, your family members, like, no, I mean, I'll miss you, and that would suck, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you, but my life still goes on, and that's the part, you don't even get to grieve in this world. It's like, oh, that's so sad, your whole family was obliterated by a meteor. You're coming to work tomorrow, though, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's the world we live in. It fucking sucks. So, you know, I'm not saying the world should be like that, because it really shouldn't be. Like, who was it that passed? Okay, you've got, like, 3 days. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, when my dad was dying in the hospital, feeling that I was, like, so close to losing my job that I had to work while I was... And it's bullshit. I shouldn't have had to deal with that. Like, and I'm still kind of fucking mad about it 7 fucking years later. I'm on a different team with different people, and my manager now would never fucking put me through that shit. She'd be like, I don't give a fuck. Fuck this. Fuck the work. It'll be here when you get back. You know what I mean? Like, but, you know, it's one of those things that the world sucks. But... Anyway, so yes, I'm playing an Otome game, and my decision to decide would not be based on, like, but my mom and my sister, and, like, in this case, her mom and her sister, would be sad. Yeah, well, they're going to be sad someday. They were sad when Toka pushed me in front of a car. Whose fault was that? Not mine. I didn't make that choice. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can't really think about other people. You have to think about yourself. You know? And if thinking about other people is what you want to do for yourself, that's valid, absolutely. But I'm not going to I'm like, let me see how I feel playing this game. I would rather stay with my ghost boyfriend. My mom and my sister will move on. They got their own lives. I do feel bad for our mother in that case, because, like, poor woman. But she's got her sister. She ain't alone. Like, she'll be fine. In reality, would I be like, fuck them? Probably not. But, like, I might think about it a little bit harder in reality. But to be fair, my bird comes before my family, which is just, he's like, what? You are, because I would feel bad for you. What would you do? And now you're being mean and you're biting me. Well, you know what? Fuck you. You're rude. And then he just gave me the cutest little look like, me? What? I know, you're so sweet. I know. I would worry about you. I worry, and I think you'd be so sad if I wasn't here, and what would you do? And you probably wouldn't give any fucking fucks. You would probably go live with your auntie, and as long as your best friend uncle was there, because you love him so much, he's your bestie friend, and as long as they gave you food and took you out to eat, you would give no fuck. You wouldn't even care. You'd be like, whatever, mommy will come back eventually, and you wouldn't even care. You'd forget all about me, because you're a whore. Which is kind of nice. You like a lot of people. A lot of people will say their birds are like, oh my god, no, conures, no. They pick one person that's the only one. Like, I don't know what kind of damaged bird I got. Like, what kind of reject bird did I get? Because he is a whore. He likes everybody. But like a cat, you don't just go up to pet him. Don't do it. Just wait. Just wait 5 minutes and he'll be like, who are you? Oh, hey, new best friend. And then he's all over you. But if you try to go up and pet him or touch him, or he's like, don't fucking touch me. But seriously, you're just like, oh, okay, you just ignore him. He's all over you. Especially if you have food. That's the easiest way to, win his heart. Let him drink out of your drink, or let him eat your food. As long as it's, not toxic to birds. But, whatever. But anyway. This CG is beautiful. There you go. I don't know. So this one, I definitely think both of the endings were good, where the other ones are very divisive, where it's like, I don't know, this one's good, but you know what I mean? Where it's kind of like, which one is better to you personally? Or like, oh, this one's really great. Or Hibiki's were probably I don't know how anyone could look at the one where he crossed over and he popped by to be like, congrats on graduating, and then we never saw him again until we died. Fuck that. That was the worst ending ever. That was in line with Yukimaru's bad ending here, where you're like, oh, we're never going to see him again, but he might be around. I'll see him when I die. What the fuck kind of a decent ending was that? So, I think he got screwed on that one. But where there's endings where you're like, nah, I like this one better, or I like this one better, where you could choose because they're vastly different. This one really wasn't. They're just different levels. This one you got, to do the little wedding thing, which is really cute, and it's like, oh, but now we have to just not see him for the next, 70 years until we die, and that's kind of sad. But it's still beautiful, and it's still good, but, obviously still not the better option. And I don't think it's hard to go, as much as you can love this one, you're like, I like this one a lot, but the other one was way better. There's no question. You know what I mean? Again, not like Kureha's, where you're like, well, it really just depends on your perspective. Is it better to go back, live your life, or stay dead and hang out with my ghost boyfriend? You know what I mean? Because that's two vastly different things than this, where this is no, there's step A, this, and then step B is actually the best, where we get to keep him, and we're gonna die, and we get to be with him after we die, and everything. You know what I mean? This is like the IKEA furniture. Where the bad ending is step A, where you're like, I've got all the pieces, but they're not put together. And step B is where they're half put together, which is this one. And then C is the best ending, where you're like, now I have an actual functioning piece of furniture. It's great, Does that make sense? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Anyway, it doesn't make a difference. But yeah. I still liked this one. I still think it was decent. It was good. And I like the way they did it and kind of left it at this happy moment, the little wedding moment, where, yes, you know what's going to happen tomorrow, but you don't have to live in tomorrow. You just have to live today, which is right here in this little moment, staring at him beautifully. Okay, well, she's laughing and he's staring at us, but whatever. Staring into his eyes, sharing a kiss, staring into his eyes, sharing more kisses. Anyway, so Yukimaru's route completely done. For you, it should be tomorrow where we start Koharu's route, skipping through the common route and everything like that. For me, it'll be like 3-4 weeks or more, because when I come back, when I am able to record again, which again, I don't know when that's going to be, I do actually have to record our other game, because that one is basically like, when I'm intending to go back to every day, I do not have that started at all. Like this one, again, I'm recording before Christmas. We're back on the everyday train, and I think this one might have started while we were in our every other day. But our other one, the last route I recorded was like right at the very, like the last part was like, oh, perfect. That's the last part I need for every other day. And then we go back, I think it was a Wednesday, we go back to every day, and I don't have anything for that. So I'm going to be real fucking behind on that one. So I'll have to record that one first before I come. So not only is it going to be a couple of weeks of not being able to record, it possibly, again, I still have no fucking idea. It's like the Tuesday, next week is Christmas Eve. It's the 17th right now. I have no fucking clue if my mom is coming to my house on Thursday. Is she coming Friday? Is she coming over the weekend? I have no fucking idea. I haven't heard from the woman. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, are she going to call me like on Friday and be like, fuck you, you're going to be alone for Christmas? I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I mean, I've been alone on Christmas before. It's not that big of a deal. Like, it's fine. I got Christmas decorations up. It doesn't really feel like Christmas. I live in the South. It's 70 degrees out right now. I don't fucking... I almost sweat to go get my mail, and I was like, what the actual fuck is this? Swear to God, the other day, I'm like, oh, I had to put a jacket on because it was a little cold out. I'm like, oh, it's a little chilly. Okay. Finally. Like, it's been very weird here, where it was, like, hot. You're like, it's November, it's still hot, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's so fucking cold! You're like, it's so cold, winter just came out, and now it's summer again. I'm pretty sure it was chilly 2 days ago. I don't know if I went and got I think I got my mail yesterday, because I'm, like, getting packages and stuff for, like, gifts and stuff. But, like, I'm pretty sure I got my mail yesterday, and I was like, oh, it's a little chilly. And today, I'm like, it's hot as fuck. The hell? It's like it's like 20 to 30 degree difference. That's not... I don't live in New England anymore. This is not normal. Like, it's weird. Anyway, so hopefully we'll be back tomorrow with Koharu's route, but you guys know things might be up in the air depending on if I can get enough ahead and do rather than however things are going when I do get back and I am able to record after Christmas. But anyway, it's very weird that for you it's 2025 right now and it's like mid-January. So like, look at this. I was a month ahead for 5 minutes and now I'm going to be like, I'm like 2 days ahead. Oh dear God. Not looking forward to that. Anyway, I hope you had a nice holiday. I'm sure I said that like before when it was, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'll see you whenever I see you. Okay, bye.